So how's it going, my comics and army? We're here today with Evan Quiring, the,
Quiring.
the artist and writer of Lucha Mysteries and the Murder City Devil. How you doing, Evan?
I'm all right, my friend. I have been Quiring and doing very good. So cheers to you. And
Yeah, right.
coffee. Okay. All right. So, Cody, what do you want to talk about?
What have you been doing since the last time we talked?
Oh, geez. Okay, so that was last year, I think. Okay. Well, just recently put out Murder City Devil 3. So story and art by me, colors by Diego Vasquez, published by Cyclone Comics. Yeah, so I just put that out and working currently on Murder City Double 4. So, yeah.
Are you in comic shops yet? Did you get distribution figured out?
Yeah, well, okay, yes and no. I got a distributor called Comics Mainstream, which is based out of Portland. Adam Watson runs it. He's a good guy. So I got the first issue of Murder City Double 1 in a few stores. And I got the comics like Lucha Mystery and Murder City Double. I have that in some local stores here in Winnipeg and I think a store in Kitchener. So yeah, it's sort of slowly building up, but yeah, I'm kind of halfway there. So yeah.
In Canada, what do you have? Lunar? Do you have Diamond up there also?
Yeah, we got Diamond and Lunar, but I haven't approached them yet. But I will eventually. That'll like once I get a few more issues out, a bit of more of a following and stuff, then I can say, yeah, we got I got some backing. We can do this, and so yeah, eventually we'll get to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fairly easy to talk to Lunar and Diamond and Lunar.
Okay, sure. I mean,
yeah, like somebody. I think somebody was telling me not too long ago that you can like email them and y'all can work it out.
Oh, okay. Well, hey,
that way. Like I think it's way easier than to like go to a publisher and do all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I'm like self-publishing now, so I mean, it's just like it wasn't it just worked out that way. So I was like, well, I'll just do it myself, and it's so far so good. And it's plus also it helps that when you have like total control of everything, it's like okay, well, that works out a bit good, So just got few other guys now joined up with Cyclone, so it should work out a little better now. So. Yeah.
So the art that you have back there on the wall, is that new stuff that we haven't seen yet?
No, that is actually right there is artwork. Some of the original pages from Murder City Devil 1, 2, and 3, and then that's the rest of Murder City Devil 3. So I sold a few pages already and stuff. But yeah, like I still do like the like pen and ink on paper kind of way. Yeah, like, and then I have the original artwork up, and if anyone wants to buy them, they're available. So, plus they make great gifts.
So. Oh yeah, holidays is coming by very quickly.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the other guys that joined Cyclone Comics?
Okay, so we got from Winnipeg, Marty Emanuel, who does a book called Shadow Company. So he just did a Kickstarter for that. And then from California, we got Alberto Melendez, and he does actually a book called Random Survivors Club. And he does another book he's putting out called Jackie Lantern. And then he has another book he did called Rebel Roach versus Rocket Punch Susie. So he's got that, and then Eli Beer does 2 books called Alien 101 and Action Land, and they all have like I've known these guys for a long time, and they've all had experience doing comics. Like Alberto's been doing indie comics since the 80s. And since it's Veterans Day, or Remembrance Day in Canada, I just want to say to Alberto, thank you for your service, sir, and to everyone else who served. So back on track, Eli's been doing comics since, was it 2010? So he's had some experience, and Marty's been doing comics since the early 90s. I've been doing indie comics, I guess, since the beginning of the century. So, so that's like 20. So we all have like experience doing this. I just figured it'd be better to get a gang together. Gang. And then so that like individually we can do stuff, but I figured together we just pool our resources, you know what I mean? And we have like the experience then, and we're all writer artists, that it would be easier to, you know, to get more results that way, you know? So plus it's like you have 2 Canadians, 2 Americans, so that kind of helps, you know, as well. So, yeah.
So since you're the writer and the artist, do you even write down a script, or do you just start drawing it? Since
Yeah, I wish I could start. So how it works for me is like I'll just kind of jot down some ideas of, okay, what's like for Murder City Devil and for Lucha Mystery, I actually wrote out like the overall plot. So, you know, the first 8 issues of Murder City Devil, it's like a 9-issue limited series now. Is that I kind of plotted out, okay, from it's going to start like this and ends like this, right? So I kind of break it down that way, and then individually for each issue, it's like, okay, this is what, you know, just point form, this is what happens, this is what happens, that kind of thing, you know. So I divide it up like that. I start doing some basic thumbnails and stuff. With you know, I just did the thumbnails for issue 4, so now I'm starting to do the pencils and stuff like that. So I do like the thumbnails. I don't have any examples. Maybe I do. No, I don't. I thought I'd have some examples. So I do the thumbnails, and then I'll just like type up a loose script, you know, like the dialogue, you know, to make sure like the dialogue fits, and it's like, okay, and check it and stuff. And then at the same time start penciling as well. And then I'll have like my rough pencils, I'll like letter them just to make sure everything fits. And then I'll go back to the pencils and the ink, and then, you know, scan them in, send the colors or send the inks, the scanned inks to Diego Vasquez to color them, and at the same time go back to the lettering and, you know, check it, and you know, I'll probably usually like rewrite the script halfway there, you know, because like the dialogue, I'll be like, oh no, this is a better joke, or this is a better, you know, this phrasing is better or something, or this is a much cooler line, I'm going to use this. So, you know, so basically at the end of when I get all the colors and stuff like that, I do the lettering, and then you know, just do, before I send it to the printers, do one last, you know, edit, try to anyways, you know, check spelling, grammar, that kind of thing. And then it's off to the printers. And then, so yeah, so that's really how my little process there, because I'm writing and drawing the book. So it's a bit different for me. Yeah.
Do you print local in Canada?
Local in Canada. I don't print local in Winnipeg, but I do print.
Yeah, right.
I do print. There's a place called Studio Comics Press run by Alfonso Espinos. I hope I said his last name right. Sorry, Alfonso. So he's in Kitchener, Ontario, which is like the next province over. So okay. He does really good work, and also he has a store, like an actual physical brick and mortar store that he sells comics out of. So, you know, it's like I'll get some printed up with him, plus sell some books out of his store, and then he'll just like mail me the comics, and, you know, he's really, really good to work with and stuff. And that's, again, like one of the things, like the guys in Cyclone will use his printing services. So then it's like, well, hey, you got some books now in Canada, you know, so it's sort of it's like a small operation now, but, you know, it really helps. And yeah, Alfonso Studio Comics Press is really good. So yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you do variant covers, or you just do cover A's?
No, I do variants. I originally was against it, but then I was kind of like, well, okay. So case in point, for Murder City Devil 2, I did a cover. I don't have any copies of Murder City Devil 2 on me, but I did a cover. And as you know, in the second issue, there was like a shootout in a mall, you know, because I was like, well, shootings are horrific things. It's a horror book. Okay. And, you know, so, I mean, I wasn't trying to exploit it, but, you know, it's just like, okay, this is like, what's one of the worst things I could think of? And that was it, right? So anyway, so I did a cover with like shootout, you know, at the Murder City Devil, like trying to attack the shooter in the mall. And then what had happened in recent news, and I'm just like, oh, damn, you know, like I don't, okay. So what I did was like, I'm going to make an alternate cover. So I made an alternate, different cover, just like Murder Sea Devil, like, bleeding and stuff. And he's like hanging over a building or whatever. So I was like, okay, this is a little more nondescript with the original cover. Cause I just felt horrible. And I was like, I can't put, so I got Diego to I drew up some, fog cover, like dust, smoke and stuff like that, because the guy throws a smoke bomb anyway. So I was like, okay, so I drew like a smoke cover, and kind of, the more explicit kind of violence was covered up. So I did a self-edit, but I just honestly, I felt really bad, and I was like, I can't, in good conscience do this. So I didn't want to totally junk everything and just, so I was like, okay, let's sort of correct this a bit. And so, yeah, that was the variant cover there. I did a variant cover for issue 3 as well, because I was like, well, you know what? And I usually just print up maybe about 10 or 12 copies. So then it's more of we were talking about earlier about rare comics or rare editions, right? So it makes there's only for the variants, I only do 10 or 12 copies. So once they're gone, so that's it. Yeah.
You should number them.
I do.
People, yeah, people love numberings.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I mean, that's yeah. And then I that's actually what Alfonso was from Studio Comics suggested. So I was like, okay, so on the inside cover, I just kind of 1 of 10 or whatever. So
right.
And hope that the silver ink dries quick enough that I don't close it and ruins everything. But so.
Right.
That's the way it goes.
People look at it like, what number did you get? I don't know. It's a blur.
Total blur. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I got number ink spot.
Yeah. It's like this book won't open because the ink dried.
Right.
Yeah, that's all I need, right? So yeah, that so I'm going to eventually get maybe some other artists to do variants as more issues come up and stuff like that. But we'll see how it goes. Again, the whole operation, I'm just sort of, it's going a little slow right now, but sort of, build up steam, build up more readers, build up interest, and see where it goes with this. So,
And they can read this digitally or physical when they buy a copy from your website, right?
That's right. Yeah. Well, I got right now. I just got on with Global Comics, so you can get Lucha Mystery and Murder City Devil, the digital versions from there. So if you just go to cyclonecomics.com, then go to the comics section, and it says digital version. Just go there, and it takes you to the site, and you can go check it out there. And then eventually I'm going to get Eli's book, Alien 101, and Action Land, and all the other books, Shadow Company, and Jackie Lantern, and all that stuff ready to go. So yeah, it's just that it takes a bit, and as we have day jobs, it takes a bit of time, but it'll get done. So
So how do you make a comic digital? I know once when you scan it in and send it to the printer, but is there a program for?
I don't know. So I have, for me, so when I do my comics, like I said, I draw them physically, there's physical. I don't have any good examples here. Okay. Figures. Okay. Try to be as prepared for this as possible, and of course not, right? But I try to get okay, so behind me I got these pages. So once they're all colored up and we do the coloring digitally, we do the lettering digitally. So then I have a digital file. And then I'll just get all the pages together and just save it as a PDF. And there you go. So it's just really, not much to it. It just, honestly, it just takes a little bit of time to set up properly and stuff like that. So for me, that's the thing. And, and since I got I myself have 6 books out now, and then Eli's got, he's got 10 books out just of his 2 comics, and they're 102 pages each. And
wow.
Yeah, so they're I'll send you if you just check out cyclonecomics.com, they're all there. And then all the other guys, their comics are 22 pages each per issue, so that's fine. Eventually we'll collect all our respective titles and stuff like that and have trade paperbacks and stuff. But until then, right now, it's just floppy individual comics. So, yeah. So
I prefer physical media. I don't. I know digital is better for indie comics because you're cutting out all of the printing cost.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I think digital comics are really handy if you're traveling. Say you're on a plane or something. Just get your iPad or whatever, and just start reading the stuff. It's also good for reading comics that are extremely rare. You know what I mean? Like say Detective 27. I'm pretty sure there's like a copy somewhere digitally that you can read. Or something like that, like comics you can't really access. So I find it handy for traveling and stuff like that. But at the same time, I kind of prefer the physical book myself. So just I'm old fashioned that way. I'm from a different era. So
yeah, I mean it's the whole sensory thing, from the feel to the paper to the smell of the ink, everything.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's exactly it. It's just it's interesting about like I've been saying, like I've been reading comics since I could read, so it's like 1981. And just something about going to the comic store and just I'll take this, and this, and oh, what's this? Like that kind of thing. It's kind of fun, and then just going back and just like I don't know about you, if like especially if the comic's really good, I just get lost in it. Like I'm just there, and so that's what I try to do with all our books this Cyclone, is to just sort of immerse the reader and get hold their attention for at least 10 minutes. That kind of thing. But the physical, it's just I don't know, it's fun. But that being said, though, digital has its place too. So it's nice to have best of both options kind of thing. So
are you doing any signings this year?
Okay, so well, I just had an art show this past spring, but I'm going to try to do some conventions in the US for next year. Probably be at the convention here in Winnipeg next October. But like I'll let you know. We'll post it on the site, of course. Like if we're actually going to, we're been talking about what conventions to go to, so we're kind of planning out our year right now. So probably in the States, definitely. Which conventions in particular, I'm not sure right now, but it'll happen. So.
Okay. Do you want to say anything before we go?
Go to cyclonecomics.com. I'm pretty sure Cody will print or post the link. Just check out our books. Murder Sea Devil will be out in a couple of months. Hopefully. Is this real wood? Yes, it is. Okay. I don't know. Just keep checking us out. We're on Instagram. I'm going to do a Facebook page soon, and see what other social platforms. We're on Global Comics right now. Check out Comics Mainstream for updates as well. And just come check us out, and I think you'll like what you see. So.
All right. I appreciate you taking the time to come talk with me.
Yeah, thanks again, Cody. Appreciate it.
What? You mean you haven't subscribed to Comicchatauthority? Oh, come on, subscribe already. What are you waiting for? It's no big deal. Like, man, don't forget to tell him to hit that like button. Yeah, that too. Just subscribe.